What's up, guys? Today's video I want to discuss proper breathing for fitness. Okay, now a lot of people, I'm going to say the majority of people actually, who work out and train with weights or bodyweight movements, calisthenics, or whatever, or regular cardio, running, that kind of thing. I would say the majority of people, uh, unfortunately, never actually learn proper breathing. It's not something which is taught generally in school or you know, in most sports. It's not really focused on. All right, it should be, but it isn't. Okay, so I just want to point out the proper way to breathe and the correct timing and things like that. Okay, so first of all, proper breathing can prevent a lot of things. It's very common to hear about people getting lightheaded, nauseous, that kind of thing, and a lot of that can be prevented through proper breathing. Okay, so first thing to understand, and you probably heard it before, but you need to breathe with the stomach, okay, not with the chest. All right, it's got to be deep breaths, and one of the best ways to do that, a uh, little hack here, is to put your tongue on the roof of your mouth, and that way you're creating what's called a complete circuit. Okay, now this is in Chinese medicine, in the Qigong, we call it complete circuit. If your tongue is touching the roof of your mouth, it's a complete cycle that goes around, and the circle is the mother of all motions, so everything goes, circle of life, it's all kind of connected, okay, so it goes around that. Okay, so you're breathing in and out in a cyclic manner, okay, so it's always cycling over and over again, like perpetual motion. All right, you're not having any gaps, any leaks. Okay, so if your mouth is hanging out, everything is, it's almost like the breathing equivalent of puking. Okay, all this crap, is like, you're not controlling your breath at all. All right, so it's easy to take in too much, not expel enough, or take in not enough and expel too much. Nothing is regulated. All right, having your tongue on the roof of your mouth and controlling your breath will regulate things, and it will allow you to perform your other activities at a higher level in a better manner. Okay, so I want to cover the qigong, what we call a silk reeling exercise. I did a video on this a little while ago, but I wanted to actually expand on it a bit more. Okay, and show how we can get a bit more out of it. Okay, and the ways you can manipulate the breathing as well. All right, so first, the basic breathing to understand is breathe in with the nose and breathe out with the nose too. Okay, now if you're under strain, if you're working hard, you can breathe out with the mouth. That's okay. All right, like if you're lifting weights, something like a deadlift or squat, yeah, you can do that. Okay, but never breathe in with the mouth. Okay, so once again, exhaling is okay. If you're under strain, inhaling is never okay with the mouth. All right, and when you're doing more like qigong, like these silk breathing exercises, and also martial arts movements, that kind of thing, you never breathe out with the mouth either. Okay, I know a lot of people. It's very common to hear people hitting a bag, and always like making the sound, you hear. If you ever you ever heard anyone training on a bag, you hear it all the time. Some people will tell you to do that, but the way I was taught anyway, I was taught to breathe out with the mouth, because I'm more. So, I don't want to open my mouth for anything, because, well, my mouth, right? I don't want that, right? And it's just, I'm able to control my breath better if I breathe out with the nose. Okay, if I do quick exhales with the nose when I'm striking, when I'm punching. All right, and I tried that I've done it before too. I tried that, but I found my breath went out of control pretty quickly doing that. Doing it with the nose is a lot better. All right, so for most exercises, most of the time, breathe in and out with the nose, and for weights, when you're exerting yourself, or burpee or that kind of thing, breathe out with the mouth, but always in with the nose. Okay, it's important. Okay, now I know I'm spending a lot of time with that, but it's very important to understand that. Okay, so here we go. So let's start here. You just want to picture you have a ball here, okay? And the ball is going to blow up, and as it blows up, you inhale, and as it shrinks, you exhale. Okay, so each time I'm breathing in, my stomach is expanding, and each time I'm exhaling, it's contracting. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to bring it here, in. So keep my elbows close to my torso. And my legs are bent in my horse stance here. And if you look at me from the side, my torso is going forward a bit as I'm concaving my chest here, rounding my back, okay? Okay, so we have the expanding compressing ball, okay, and then we have this one, okay? Now what you can do with this one is you can do, you can practice different kinds of energy. One is a slow, controlled, flowing energy, like this, right? Like how we've been doing it. Another one is a quicker energy. So for this one, I'm going to bring it in. And you can see, it's very subtle, but you can see my hands are shaking a bit at the end. Because when I'm releasing that energy, it's got nowhere else to go. So it shakes, right? So that's a thing, right? And when you get that feeling, when you're doing it, and you get that shaking, and you combine it, and you time it with your breathing, that's when you know that you really got something, okay? So what we're going to do is 3 directions. It's going to go center, left, right, okay? So again. Okay. Now, also you notice too, my elbows are in a sitting position. They're not out like this so much. That could be done in some instances, but generally speaking, you want your elbows sitting. And you try pushing the wall, and that elbow's out. You don't have any juice there, but if you have it down sitting, you got something there. Okay. So the same thing. Now, how does this translate to weight training or that kind of thing? Well, let's say you're doing a bench press, okay? Right? Right? Or curl, right? Right? Or squat, right? Right? Okay, see? So it all connects, okay? If the weight's heavier, like I said, you can exhale with the mouth, all right? So we have this expanding, compressing ball to train the slower flowing energy, and then we have this one to train a faster, quick release energy. Okay, and there's later on there's ways that you can combine them too. Okay, now there's one here. This is from the Bagua system of Chinese martial art, and it's from the Phoenix, Bagua, the Phoenix system. And what we're doing here is you bring it across, flowing, and then, see, so across. See, I'm bringing it across here. I'm curling it down towards my armpit or my waist here, right? There's a flowing and a palm strike, see? We can do flowing, right? Or you can have that palm, right? Or you can just keep flowing with it. Okay, yeah. Don't worry about that kind of stuff for now, okay? But just focus on this one here and the expanding compressing ball. All right, and you know, when you understand breathing in this way, and then when you translate it to your fitness exercises, it'll make a lot more sense. You won't even think about it anymore. You know, you just know that you will breathe out with the effort part and breathe in on the negative part, right? So negative meaning the lowering of the weight, and positive the lifting of the weight. Okay, so breathe out in the positive part and in on the negative part. Okay, it's very, very important to understand breathing. Okay. You know, again, like a lot of things, you know, you hear a lot of people, particularly in, you know, some people in the martial arts field or alternative health field and things like that. As much as I do believe in the arts themselves and I respect them, there's a lot of people out there who will have you believe in like magic powers and will try to make it sound like it's really complex or magical or mystical or something like that. There's nothing mystical about it at all. Okay, it can all be explained through physics, body mechanics, weight transfer, correct breathing, and timing. Okay, so just understand these things. Okay, there's no magical chi energy you're gonna put into things. You can break rice bowls and levitate people and this kind of stuff. Okay, there's nothing like that. Okay, all right. Unless your name happens to be Master Yoda, there's nothing like that. Okay, you just have to remember, you know, to master these basics, understand them, internalize them, make them a part of you. Make them a part of everything you do. When you're walking around, when you're waiting in line for a coffee or whatever. Okay, you're just always you're just kind of always on, always doing this stuff all the time to become a part of you. And then when you work out, well, you're still doing the same thing. You're just putting out a bit more effort. That's all. Okay. So anyway, breathing is super important. Make sure you don't neglect it. Do these exercises. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will talk to you soon.